Hello everyone, the name is Eric Doran. This is Forest for Thought, and in today's video we're discussing the anger or the outrage of the gifted person. And something that I've come to notice is that a lot of people that are gifted, due to their experiences in school or at work or in society, came to have a lot of anger and resentment towards society. And while this is a natural reaction towards some things that you might have experienced in life, it's very important that we learn how to talk about and how to work through those feelings and how to connect and create and find a way to live in harmony with other people, right? Because there's not a problem with people not being intelligent. There's a problem with society forcing everyone to fit the same box. And there's a problem when we expect everyone to live according to a certain set formula. And now I want to talk about what that anger might look like. When I was a kid, I was fascinated with the works of philosopher Ayn Rand. Ayn Rand was a libertarian that spoke for the freedom of the individual and for the person's own right to make their own path in life. And while you can criticize her political opinions from many perspectives, and while many certainly disagree with her work for many different reasons, I think there is a lot of interesting, thought-provoking stuff in her books, especially, for example, her books on the infinity source, that's how I translate it from Swedish, Evighetskällan, where she spoke about this architect who compromised and did everything to be liked and to get approval from other people. She contrasted this character with this person that went their own path in life and the person that chose not to care about what anyone else thought. And she used this analogy to illustrate what can happen when a person compromises too much, masks too much, tries too hard to fit in and to be liked and to be approved by other people. And many gifted people are full of promise but end up becoming burnt out early in life because they are too eager to impress everyone around them, right? Many gifted people do everything to be there for everyone and to impress their boss and their superiors, but end up only being used. And so her approach is in many ways a counterculture to that. She speaks for people going completely independent, people letting go completely of society, letting go completely of other people's judgment, and choosing to abandon conventional ideas and beliefs. But she also struggles with a lot of anger and a lot of hate towards society, a society that she feels has been constantly forcing her to mask and to fit in. And she feels this desire to strike back at people, to prove her way is superior, to prove that she can make it without anyone's help, right? And here there's the crux of the gifted anger problem. This sense of superiority complex and this sense of hate towards those that are different and their tendency towards other more neurotypical manners can be understandable, but at the same time they mask the other side of the problem. Because imagine a society where only the strong could survive. And think about, Ayn Rand presents the antithesis to the modern day thesis. While everyone says that everyone should try to fit in and to live according to normal standards of society and to be a cog in the wheel of life, right? Ayn Rand says, let's break completely free of that. Let's smash the engine and let's free up the potential of the individual. But she doesn't present the synthesis. She doesn't speak as a person that has lived free of other people's judgment. She speaks as a person that rises against other people's judgment. And in this, her opinions and her beliefs are shaped by many ways a desire for revenge against other people and a desire to show her own superiority. And so we have to ask ourselves, what is the synthesis? What is the solution for gifted people? And what is it gifted people can do in order to live in harmony with the modern ways and free of it at the same time? The truth is, I don't really know myself. But I think to find the answer, we have to find a way to not just separate ourselves from the expectations of other people, but also from our own anger and our own outrage at being pushed into a corner. or forced to live according to other people's expectations. 12 hours later. Yeah, I think I've found the answer. The truth is, by acting in opposition to other people's expectations, we still live according to their primary rule sets. And so to let go of that anger, the most important thing we can do is to connect with ourselves and to think about what it is that we want from ourselves and what it is that we feel called to do for our own desires. Yeah, by creating a society that's only for the strong, we create a society where we're no longer allowed to be weak. Yeah, I know I'm being ridiculous today. Sorry about that. I know we can't cure anger or trauma or anything like that through a 12-hour meditation session. And we can't just step out of other people's expectations immediately and jump straight to doing mode. It's a process, and it's a process of introspection, and it's a process of noticing your own reactions to things and how you experience things, and to think about why you experience things those ways and what made you feel that way in the first place, right? But if you think about your mind as a forest, make sure that it doesn't become a haunted forest. The biggest reason why gifted people suffer is because humans suffer, and we're human, and that means we suffer too. Because that teacher that didn't answer your questions in class was also the person that was chronically overworked and pushed to work constant states of overtime to meet up with American school system expectations. That manager that stole your ideas at work had a boss that made them feel constantly insecure and replaceable. That parent that told you that your art was too complex and that you had to dumb it down for other people to like it. They were raised by parents that told them that the only real value in life and in society is money, and the only way to make money is through a normal, conventional job. And now, watch out. You might give birth to a child that is even more intelligent than what you are. And you might come to harbor false expectations and ideas about what that kid should look like and how they should think and how they should perceive the world. Because we tend to perceive intelligence from our own experiences and from our own expectations. And we tend to project stupidity to anyone that is different. And the only solution to this seems to be cultivating empathy, learning to hold back reactions, learning to observe and judge people not from your standards for them, but according to their standards for themselves. I promise, if you can learn to do that, people are going to become infinitely more interesting. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Eric Thor, and if you want to support my videos, check out patreon.com/ericthor. And if you have any suggestions or feedback, I greatly appreciate it. This is a new topic for me that I'm exploring and starting to think about from a fresh piece of ice. And so my opinions are always open to change.